Hey guys, I'm going to be giving you a quick tips and tricks video on Marvel Future Revolution, the new game created by Netmarble. I've been playing this game for about 20 to 30 minutes so far, and I found it extremely exciting. There's so many different ways of playing it. You're probably wondering, how am I using my keyboard? Because of course this is predominantly a mobile game, but it can be played on an emulator. I'm currently using the LD Player emulator, which I can give a link to in the description below, and I am playing this on the soft launch, which I can explain how to get as well. I'll also be leaving a link to how to download it, how to get it all set up by Mobile Gamer, so I'll post a link to his video in the channel below. In addition to that, the simple way of saying how to use your keyboard is if you I'm gonna remove my full screen here. You'll see that there's a keyboard mapping button. If you click on that, that's going to tell you that you have the option to put a control here. As you can see here, you can use this, or you can manually assign keys to a certain area just by clicking and inputting the key. So that's what I've done. That's how I'm playing on my keyboard. So you can go and test that out yourself, apply the keys which are beneficial to you in your game style. I've put them currently I've mapped them to the abilities of the characters, so I can use that where I see fit. Now, moving on to the game. So I'm going to be comparing this a little bit to Marvel Strike Force, another mobile game that can be played on an emulator. Of course, that's not an open world game like this. So, well, I can't even use my keyboard, but that's not a problem. We don't really need to right now. The most important thing is just explaining what really the objectives are, how to access things, and what each thing does. So I'm going to start off with the first button up here, which is the gift icon. This is sort of your reward section for completing certain missions, logging in. As you can see here, I've been playing for 36 minutes. Now, I don't know if it collectively takes your login for the day, or whether it's just in one sitting. Now, I have been active for 36 minutes as it says here, so that's why it's rewarded me with the first two boxes. If you go through these, you can see defeat villains to complete these. This is a sort of your overall objectives. You have Fury's secret missions, which is another side objective, I suppose. Hero leveling up, and your heroes are combined in one squad, which I can get into later. But effectively speaking, the sound of it is you're gonna probably want to prioritize one hero to start off with, and then you can move on to the next one, depending on who's your favorite, of course. I've gone with Iron Man because he's the simplest one to control, so that's what I've gone with. Then you have the squad rank up. Now, the squad is collectively made up of your toons that you've selected. So I've selected Black Widow, Captain Marvel, Iron Man, Captain America, and Doctor Strange. So I think once you've ranked up your squads, that's when you'll start to get these objectives done. And then you have Baby Groot support, which again is another side quest. So there's many different there's many different objectives that you can complete, changing your costumes, equipping gear to enhance your character's power, and so on and so forth. This is a check-in gift. This is your sort of daily login rewards, I believe. And then you have your monthly login rewards. So log in every day to receive new rewards, as it says. So that's the sort of gift box section. Then we have the store, which of course is pretty straightforward. You can spend money to acquire certain perks. If you have a look in the top right of the screen, you'll notice that there's the gold currency and the crystals. So I'm already assuming that the gold currency is going to be your sort of main currency, and your crystals are your premium currency, sort of like gold and power cores were in Marvel Strike Force. So do not spend these without consideration, or especially in the early stages, because the soft launch you're going to get an additional 3 months head start to the rest of the players. So that's my advice. You have a lucky draw over here. This is where you can open, I guess, raffles for costumes, Omega cards, and dimension boxes. Now, the Omega cards, simply put, these are a collection which, once you've completed, will enhance the power of your characters or squads, which I'll show you guys in a moment. The dimension box, I haven't really experienced much with it, but you can see here you've got the power stones, the infinity stones, and other goodies such as high-grade critical damage enhancers. I think these are going to be some of the gear parts that you'll need to enhance certain gear that you acquire through missions. So again, be wary. There's always going to be bottlenecks, and you don't want to be caught up in the early stages. You have your perks, again, more sort of in-game purchases that you can make, consumables. I wouldn't advise buying these. I suppose this is a sort of mini in-store that you can buy stuff with. You have your squad name change ticket, your tokens, and charges, which again, I suppose these are your crystal purchases and these are your gold purchases. Moving on, we have the inbox section. I don't think really much needs to be said about that. That's where you're going to be receiving your in-game mail about new updates or new releases. Then you have this interesting section here, which is the hero info box. Now over here you can acquire different costumes, which you can unlock through playing certain missions. You can also acquire badges, which in addition increase your power as well. If you have a look over here, you can customize it manually to your liking. There's already a lot of selections that you can put. These are free items which don't actually increase your character's power, but just depending on how you like it, I suppose. I'm going to go back to my original because this is giving me additional power right now. Apart from that, it shows you your squad rank over here, which you can click. It gives you a little bit of information about your squad info. My current name is Wakanda Forever. I thought you'd have to name, you know, your squad info separately to your character name, but no, I'm wrong. To your right, you can see there's a lot of bits of information about your title, your collection for your Omega cards, costumes, battle badges, and all of these, as I said, they all increase certain abilities. They reward you with certain things depending on what you have. And then these, I suppose, will come into effect once more game modes have been released. Speaking of game modes, if I quickly click on this button over here, you'll see on the right that there's records, operations, arena, alliance, and so much more. These are probably going to be unlocked as time passes by, maybe once you've hit a certain level, squad rank, so do stay tuned. I am looking forward to making more content for this game. I do stream on Twitch, so you'll probably find me playing this over there, and I'll leave a link to my Twitch in the description below, so you can go and check me out when I do go live. So there's not really much that I think you can do at the moment. It's more getting a grip for it, upgrading your heroes, upgrading your squad ranks, because the more you do, the more you get in return, right? And you just want to get to a stage where you know what you're doing and you're comfortable with the playstyle. Once, of course, it does get released, you'll be able to play this on your standard mobile devices, but for now, it's only available in Canada, of course, unless you use a VPN and you're on Android, because it's not available on iOS. So once again, I'll leave a link to Mobile Gamer's video in the description as well, so you can go and check out how to do that. But the simple story is you get a VPN, you download the APK for the game, and then you install that to the emulator. Most people have been saying BlueStacks does work, but I think you need to change some settings. So like I said, I'm using LD Player, and it works fine. I think that I've pretty much covered most of the objectives in the game. But of course, if there is anything that you'd like to ask me about, I'd be happy to go into detail about it. Lastly, I'll mention this is the inventory, where again you can acquire items by completing missions and exploration. The inventory currently shows these HP recovery, the stable convergent particles, which I believe you're going to have to use a lot of to upgrade certain gear, a squad name changer, and over here you have your battle badges, which you acquire from defeating certain enemies. Over here, I haven't really been able to find anything. I think this is certain graded gear, which again you can acquire, like loot, for example. You can dismantle it, and you can get some some other parts in return. There is a tutorial that's given to you already. Rocket comes on your screen, and it gives you a little bit of information. But as I've been playing a little bit longer than that, I thought I'd make a quick video on what this game's pretty much about. So I hope I've covered everything. If there are any questions that you do have, please feel free to put them in the comment section below, or join me on Twitch. I'll be streaming I think 2 to 3 days a week, and I'll update my schedule in the description below as well. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Thank you very much for watching. If you did like it, please do leave a like and a comment. That way that if any future viewers would like to watch any tips and tricks about Marvel's Future Revolution, they can come directly to this channel or directly to my Twitch, where I'd be happy to house you guys, so we can go on this journey together. Anyway, once again, thank you very much for watching, and take care.